What's up, everybody out there? I am Mitch.
This your boy L.
This your boy do it.
And we are the Wise Guys of the Wise Guys Podcast Detroit.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Today we're going to be talking about VP candidate Senator Harris. Also, we're going to talk about our black movie segment.
Menace II Society, baby.
Society. And once again, our black-owned businesses. We got two for y'all today.
Yes, sir.
Take it away, Dewey. I'm done.
Take it away. Let's jump into the black movie review, man. Let's get the people what they want, man. That Menace II Society. When did this come out? Was it 93?
May 26, 1993.
Wow, bro.
How old were you back then?
What, 6? 7?
Yeah, like 7 or 8.
Damn, bro. How you try to just tell my life story?
And who directed that?
Hughes Brothers.
Hughes
Hughes
Brothers,
Brothers,
bro.
yeah.
And that was young dudes, too, right? Like 20, 21, 18. I know one of them fought Tupac, right?
They both did.
Damn.
Yeah, that's why Tupac got charged with the little crime.
Yeah,
That's
man.
crazy, man.
Hey, man, shout out to the Hughes Brothers, too, man. Did y'all know some of the other films they did?
Yeah, they did Dead Presidents.
Yep.
From Hell.
Yep.
The Book of Eli.
Yes. The Book of Eli.
Damn, for real?
Yeah. And American Pimp, one of the best docuseries. He's on, on pimping.
Damn, straight up they did that shit?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was shit on HBO back in the day?
Yeah, yep.
Oh, I used to watch
That was good. Yeah, that's what I'm like. That was dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the Hughes Brothers, man. Hughes Brothers doing their thing. It's just unfortunate that little rift in history with Tupac. That's.
I mean, yeah, because Tupac would have been a lead if it wasn't for that little riff.
Did you hear about a little bit about the reasoning behind Tupac getting mad about that?
No.
Because he was actually supposed to play Sharif.
Oh.
And
but
he
they
said,
wouldn't play the main character though, right?
He wanted to play Kane or O-Dog, I think, but they wanted him to play Sharif.
Huh?
But the only problem was he said, how do you grow from like going straight to that? Like you got to tell a little bit of the history of how you just went from being a regular knucklehead hood to being like a converted.
But then that would have took away from Kane's character because the movie ain't that long.
Yeah, it's not. But
Yeah,
he said that Tupac was saying it wasn't realistic. Like what they were trying to portray.
And I can see why they got mad at that because this like they baby. Like
that's
they
their
really
movie.
they always want to do this movie. So
You telling the director how
This is their first movie or no?
yeah, that's their
the
first
first
movie.
one?
Yeah. It's their first movie.
His directorial debut.
Well, man, before we go, I don't know. Let me ask y'all want to start with the legendary first scene of the movie and break down that? Y'all want to kick it about that?
And then in the store.
Man, that scene fucked me up this time, bro. Like, watching it as a kid, it was a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just kind of like, oh, they clowning O-Dog. Wow. This time, I'm like, damn, dog really didn't even say nothing about his mom, man. He
said,
I'm sorry for your
I
mother.
feel sorry for your mother.
Yeah, bro. Like, what's that? Like, why? Like, what?
You saying that to somebody who already on 10, though.
I understand.
He want a reason.
Why would he say that?
I guess you got a point there. I mean, he felt sorry for his mama.
But why would you say it out loud?
He said it to himself. O-Dog just could hear real good, bro, I guess.
He kind of felt like he was just standing up for himself, maybe.
For what? They was leaving. Like, you want to give him a
He
man...
could have just let it go, though.
He wanted to take a shot at him, maybe.
He could just let it go.
Real quick.
But hold on. Well, like, what we saying now making it seem like we giving O-Dog a pass for killing the Korean
No,
man.
I don't. He ain't got a pass, but Kane petty as fuck. I'm tell you that. He told him to give my change.
Yeah, that was
He
what he
got
said.
what he give a penny back?
He was weak.
He said a nigga a nickel. Like, give my man his change. A nickel, nigga.
They was being
Right,
paid as
bro.
hell, too. Knucklehead young niggas just being being stupid in the store, dog.
I mean, yeah, we all live
know.
that, but bro, ain't nobody would think to go that far. Like, just somebody just say something like that to you. You like, okay. First of all, our stores, they had better guns than what we probably had. They had K's and stuff like that, and they could lock the doors back in the day. So it wouldn't have been none of that anyway.
And it was too quick because he's like, hey, where the tape at? That's the first thing he thought about. Where the tape at?
Right.
He knew what time it
He
was.
he wasn't that great of a criminal. Because all the other damn near things they did, they almost get caught.
Yeah.
When they stealing the rides.
So he
and
was
shit
showing
like,
that tape like a motherfucker, man. He kept showing the tape.
I'm going to sell these bitches for $39.99.
No, he said $59.99, bro.
Yeah. Dog.
My man in the back, bro, Piggy, he like, oh yeah, I want one. I got money.
Yeah. Dog.
Pinky ain't shit anyway.
In this movie?
We'll get to that later, though.
Yeah, bro, yeah, he's a character, dog.
Y'all want to say who your favorite character is right now?
Yeah,
Going into kind of tell a little backstory about him.
bro. I don't know, like, I kind of want to say Kane.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like he narrating. For me, it was like he narrating the end of his life. Like he narrating, like how at the very end of the movie, he see, the montage of his life. It's like he narrating that montage for us. Because if you look back at that movie and you see the montage, it matches like the major scenes from the movie. So I found that interesting, man. And it was just like, Man, he was a tortured soul, bro.
Yeah, he was struggling.
He was tortured, bro.
He had a moral compass.
Nowhere near. He wanted one.
Yeah.
That's the fucked up part about it. Like, he really wanted one, but
he tried to have some standards, but he couldn't have it in that life.
No. But I got a theory about that I'm gonna bring up later, though. Mm-hmm. I don't know if the directors ever talked about this theory, but I wonder is this just a plot of the movie. But go ahead, Mitch. Who you got?
I got O-Dog.
The psychopath.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's the opposite of me. It's something that I would never. No, I'm telling you.
The opposite of me.
It's the opposite of me. Like, I care. That nigga didn't care about shit.
That's majority people, bro.
No, but he was like.
But he was a psychopath.
He's ready to go all the time.
Okay, what else then? What else you said?
That was it.
He only
had one thing. He's just ready to go, man.
You live vicariously through
it. He ain't give a fuck. Like,
that's your
like, these niggas shot your cousin. Like, he was ready to go.
Dog, every time, dog. I don't know, man. He had a hell of an arc, though. Like, he don't have no arc. Like, I take that back. He's just the same person through the whole movie.
And he was the only one that lived.
Well, was Stacy?
Stacy lived.
But Stacy wasn't on what they was on.
Yeah, he just went to a different school and he played.
No, Stacy was, though.
He wasn't on what they was on. Stacy,
but he just kicked it with him, though.
Yeah, Stacy was just the ladies.
He was on some player shit.
Yeah, he wasn't never on no gangster shit.
He wasn't on no gangster shit, nah.
But no, my man A-Wax, played by MC8.
That's who that was. I'm like, this dude look familiar, man. I could not think who he was.
That's my favorite character in the movie.
Him?
Yeah.
Wow.
You need help with that, homie?
No, he was trained to go.
Yeah, he was.
He was trained to go. Any type of situation they needed.
And they said that about him in the beginning, too. Like,
yeah, he's trained to go.
Like, he about that action, bro.
Right. What year was this again?
93.
I'm just trying to think, like, how much was gas in 93?
Because he always had some on the snaps.
Cuz said, put $3 he put $3 in this thing, bro.
I think the gas in 93 was probably maybe a little over
$1, bro.
So he put $3 in that long gas Cadillac.
Dog, he was saying that when they was gambling, like when he walking through, he like, yeah, I'm about to get these snaps right here. Yeah. It's like, bro, like $3? Like that's what you shoot dice for right now?
Yeah.
For that's snaps? Like, come on, man. And then nobody gave him that, he got mad. Like,
he was who he was.
Fuck my shit.
Yeah, he was who he was, man. He didn't try to be nothing else. He just was that. That's it.
Bro. I could dig that, man.
But he was kind of like the big homie still. Like, even though he's amongst them, he was still the big homie.
Right, because he was older than them.
Yeah. He's that. I liked that. MCA played a good. He played a good regular hood gangsta ass nigga though.
He did though.
Yeah, shout out to MCA.
What y'all think about Jada Pinkett? This being her first little role.
She did good, in my opinion.
I mean, you can see the little seeds of her not being that good of an actress, but she was okay enough.
But nobody was good to me.
Wow, nobody.
Damn.
Pinky was good.
Even your favorite character was
good?
Clifton
Powell's character in it?
Yeah, Clifton Powell was
good.
Nah,
bro.
And O-Dog was good.
Yeah, they gon'.
O-Dog was probably the best actor.
We gonna see when the police get this tape.
Yeah.
That nigga.
He's like, man, fuck ain't. He knocked the shit off the table. Nah, this nigga mad.
Nah, man, when he went outside to go talk to my man,
he was extra.
The white dude, he was doing his insurance job too.
He said, you told me to come 1 o'clock. Man, fuck what I said.
Up to 2:30, motherfucker. That whole scene, bro, is hilarious. That's my favorite scene of the movie, by the way, too, bro. Like, dog, he like, oh, you don't want to walk down Crenshaw Boulevard at 10:30?
Mm-hmm. But I can still cost for you, huh? I'm like, this nigga tripping.
Like, oh, okay. Now you the black man, bro. You got a problem with him.
But Kane beat his ass, though.
Yeah. He had a gun, though.
He gun
it wasn't no fair fight, bro.
Hey,
in the hood, fair fight?
Well, yeah, okay, yeah.
Hey, he gave him a warning, though. He said,
hey,
chill. All right, nigga. You know you my nigga.
Bro, that scene another bad, like, it shows that dog Kane was a horrible actor. He all biting his lip, like, bro, like, we know you mad. Like, you just had sex with it. Like,
dog, my two favorite scenes in that movie was when they bust in the hospital door and A-Wax came in there. He a motherfucking doctor. And the other one was when he first got the motherfucking Mustang 5.0.
Oh,
and
yeah,
bro. Bumping computer love.
Yes, dog.
And he came that motherfucker. I was like, dog, I didn't think like the man. Nah, dog.
He had the little Jesus piece, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I love that. That's my two favorite scenes.
That's when he carjacked my man, right?
That's before. That was after he did that.
Oh yeah, he did it. He came up because he had the Mustang already.
Right.
But then he's I need some rims.
Yeah, he was like, oh, this shit weak.
Yeah.
He took my man rims and his jewelry, bro.
And made him buy him a cheeseburger.
A double cheeseburger at that.
With cheese.
Hey, but you know what's funny about that part? He said, order me a double cheeseburger, right? Whatever. My man say, yeah, give me a double cheeseburger and some fries. And
like, who said?
He's like a double burger. Me. I order double burgers all the time.
I didn't even call you out on that, bro.
I thought you were.
I wasn't even gonna put your business out there.
No, you was about to say who would?
Man, I was about to talk about dog, man.
I'm just saying.
Okay, you defensive today.
Try it. No cheese in your burgers.
No, thank you. Cheese, please.
I'm just saying.
I'm straight. You never live, bro.
I live.
Nah.
Cause I don't like cheese.
You messing
up on my burgers.
Bro, when this world is over, they're gonna talk about cheese on burgers, bro, and you're gonna be one of the few people who never had it. I feel bad for you, bro.
They should write a book about me then.
Maybe they should. Maybe they will. The saddest man ever to live.
Moving along.
One of the most dopest, iconic scenes too is when they was in the interrogation room. Bill Duke.
Oh man, you know
you fucked up, right?
Bill Duke.
Dog.
You know you fucked up, right?
Kane got to be retarded, bro, because he literally only went up 1 hour from 11:30 to 12:30, like or 12:15, whatever it was. He was like, "Oh yeah, that's right." Like,
yeah, no, I said when I would.
You know you fucked up, right? And did y'all? I never noticed was another cop in the back, like just standing with his hands on his hip. Like, what was he doing over there, man? He never moved.
Like they was just really trying to sweat this nigga.
Yeah, like bro, you already got him.
Yeah, Bill Duke, man. Shout out to him though. He was.
Greatest role is the Predator for me. Just a side note.
Huh?
Bill Duke in the first Predator, bro. Yeah. He in there shaving his face, dog, with the knife. You don't know nothing about it.
No, I don't know shit about that.
All right, man. What's your favorite scene, man?
My favorite scene was when he banged Jada Pinkett. I'll tell you right now. He's like, no, we can't do this shit. She was like, no, nigga, shut up.
She did, like,
she's like, no, nigga, shut up.
She wanted it, bro. She was like, nigga, come on.
You know what? Thinking about this.
Maybe this where entanglement started from this character.
Yeah.
Damn.
But no.
Hey, but you never know.
Listen.
You can't be on my side and be against me.
How old was Pernell? I'm just trying to figure something out.
Shit, he probably was
like 15 in that picture, bro. I mean, in the beginning, when he, with the young, with Kane when he little.
No, I'm saying because Jada Pinkett was the same age as Kane.
Was she?
I'm talking about the look in the movie. Like,
Pernell was supposed to. I think she was older, though.
She was.
Reckless speculation. Like, bro, this not in the movie. You just made that up.
No, it is. Remember.
Is she the same age as Kane? Yes or no?
No, listen to what I'm saying.
I hear you, bro.
Pernell was the big homie.
Right.
To Kane, right? Kane was a fucking kid.
He was like 7, 8.
Okay. Right. Now, she got a kid that's 7, 8, right? Mm-hmm. How the fuck old is Pernell?
So, I gotta assume.
For him to be fucking with Kane, for her to be fucking with Kane.
He was probably young during that time. He probably was like 20-something.
He's 18 in this point of the movie. Kane is. And, when the movie starts.
So how old does she have to be in this movie? Because she was fucking with Pernell.
So that means Pernell had to be like, what, 25, 26?
Could be, because I remember like back in that day, like, Big Homie was literally probably in their 20s because niggas didn't live that long.
That's
like
my
that,
point,
in that lifestyle.
So he probably was like 15. He was like a young dude in that picture, bro. In the beginning, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So if he 18 now, he probably like 25, 26.
Who?
Parnell.
When he was in jail?
Yeah.
How?
I'm just saying, like, he can't be that much older.
He probably was in his 30s.
Maybe 30s?
Like 30s.
That's what I'm saying. So she was dated as being older, right? Way older than Kane.
I see what you're saying. Like the ages don't match up.
The ages don't match up to her and Kane.
She don't like she's older than Kane, but she's not that much older.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
That's OG Bobby Johnson.
What he was hitting her when she was 10?
No. Reckless speculation, bro.
I'm just saying.
I don't know, man. People, when y'all hear this episode, y'all go ahead and research it, man, because I don't know. I might have to watch it.
She's probably a little younger than him, but not that much younger though.
That's what I'm saying. Like for him to be banging her, and he was a kid when the nigga had a kid, so it's like, fuck. Moving along. That took up too much time.
That was an interesting point of view, though. Good job.
Dog, I still wouldn't, man. Jada Pinkett kept playing the same character to me in all the movies when I look back.
Yep, different world. She the same motherfucker.
The Jason's lyric.
Jason lyrics.
For real.
So what is she supposed like? Who is she though? Like, do she supposed to be like the weird woke chick? You know what I'm saying? Cause like, serious, like,
why does she have to be weird?
No, I'm just saying, like, you think about it, like watching this movie. I'm like,
if you in that element though, you are looking at it like that.
Yeah, like she dressed weird. Like she don't dress like a chick from the 90s.
Cause old dog was mad as fuck at her for taking his homeboy.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, man, fuck this. Bitch.
Like she was really like conservative, bro. Like she wasn't no. Yeah. So like, I don't know.
She wanted to get.
She was the same chick in Jason's lyric. She wanted to get my man's out of there too.
She was the same chick and set it off.
Yeah. So I guess that's her. That's her character type then. Wow, bro, we breaking down walls, bro. We on a whole other level now.
Only movie she played somebody different in is Olympus Has Fallen, or which one was it? When she played
The Matrix?
No.
Hey, definitely.
Oh wait, The Matrix.
That's the came to mind.
She played.
Low Down Dirty Shame.
Yeah, the newest Olympus Has Fallen.
She was ghetto in
London Has Fallen, whatever it is.
Yeah, I know.
And my man killed her. She was a cop in that one, but she sucked.
She sucked, yeah. Okay, we're not gonna just bash Jada.
No,
we did that shit like 3 episodes ago.
She was in Collateral.
Like we don't got to do that.
Yeah, but
what's your point right now, bro?
Like she ain't shit on the acting side.
Like we know. Like okay, what's understood
she
don't
was
always
just,
need to be said, bro.
She was fine though. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it is.
She was fine. Yeah.
Why you upset though?
Don't know.
So Sharif being converted like that, and then he still get caught up in the bullshit.
But do y'all notice he never talk anything more? Like he says the little things about. He really says nothing about Muslims.
I think he was freshly learning a lot of shit too. Like he just
was he part of the Nation of Islam or he was just a regular Muslim?
Right. He didn't even go to jail.
Salam.
He did for a minute. He didn't say nothing. He never said none of that. Like he just seemed like just a woke dude, bro. That's like
too woke.
Yeah, he was too woke.
Come
but
on,
didn't nobody listen to him though.
Nope.
Nah.
But watching this movie, all I could think about was the don't be a menace to society while drinking your juice.
Yeah, that's all that made me think about
the whole time. Like,
the characters, man, it was so funny how they did "Don't Be a Menace." Like they lined up in the different scenes, how they made it.
It was real. It was right on, bro.
Like old dog killing my man with the cheeseburgers, the crackhead.
It was right on, bro. That's to me, that's the better movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't be a menace while drinking your juice.
Yeah. It was more entertaining.
It was funny, but it wasn't a better movie. It was funny.
I don't get how you older than your daddy.
Maybe that's going back to what you was talking about with
he
the
older than his daddy though.
That's
the
proof.
point. Oh
boy,
shit!
Look at me.
I wanted something.
Nah, but I helped you, bro.
Yeah, but it was my thought.
You started and I finished. That's okay.
Good shit.
No, man.
Oh, I never even thought about
some shit.
Yeah, I thought you older than your daddy. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. So man, let's how we want to end this, man? Like
this.
Okay, what you getting a W? Like, can we get a
my win?
Can we break down the movie for the people, bro?
All
right. What do we, man? How watching it now? How do you feel? Where this movie would stand up if they remade it now? Is it a Netflix movie? Is it going to the theaters or Amazon? Like, what you think?
It's an easy go to say go to Netflix. I think you should leave it alone though.
I think you shouldn't remake it either.
This would be like I'm About It too if it was out right now.
First of all, you can't.
Goddamn bullshit.
Some of the, one of the things that makes the movie.
If they made it again now,
no.
This should be straight to DVD,
bro.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Damn.
DVD.
Straight to DVD, bro.
Straight to streaming.
Netflix?
It be on Tubi.
No, I mean like
you act like they just announced the DVDs. Like we dropping such.
No, I mean straight to DVD.
Watch that.
Like all in what's his name, Nicolas Cage movies, straight to DVD.
Yeah,
my point is that people don't do DVDs no more.
Well, people who do DVDs,
so streams, bro. Like that's what you want to go with.
I'm sticking with DVDs, bro.
All right, man.
Damn.
Your confidence is at an all-time high right now.
I think they should leave it alone. No, I did still enjoy the movie.
Right, I think they should leave it alone.
That's what I'm saying. Leave it alone. Like, don't make it.
Yeah, I think you can't make it because you can't have calling women bees and the how they went at each other. Like you can't do no movie like that no more.
That's my point of saying like I'm About It too. They should have left that shit alone.
They could have left About It 1 alone.
I like About It 1,
but that's just my point.
About It. That was my shit.
I bet it was.
It was.
Okay.
What you think?
Leave it, man. No remake. Never a remake.
And Mitch, you saying straight to DVD, huh?
Straight to DVD, bro.
Damn.
He can stream that shit.
You talking about back in 2000 or something? Like when they re-dropped it? Or?
This shit can be like Instagram movie.
Oh, man, stop it, bro.
No. Straight to Instagram.
Instagram Reels, though, ain't that a
straight
bitch?
To Instagram Reels, bro.
And listen, I think
so. You said this movie is a story on Instagram, bro. Pretty much.
It was interesting because the two brothers format, like they kept doing it. Like in the '90s, I kept when I looked at that movie, different like suggested movies would come up after that, and like it was like two main brothers as far as like a format, like Belly, Foolish. It was another one. It was these movies coming up, but it was like two brothers as main characters that they like a focal point. And then they changed it. And what's his name? Dame Dash, one of my mans who played Kane, who also played in the Janet Jackson music video. If y'all don't know that short film Janet Jackson did. But anyway.
Damn, boy, you talking knowledge.
But yeah, he said, man, we got a better movie than y'all had. Like going at him. Dame Dash saying this, he was talking about Paid in Full. And he's like, we got a way better movie, man. Way better movie. Sounds a better story and all that. He said, man, Dame Dash is getting hype on me talking like that. He's like, man, he don't come up with a better movie.
Right.
I said this about the whatever movie we did when we was like, it's comparison to Paid in Full. New Jack City.
All right.
Yeah.
Just like on this movie, it was that same feeling. He's like, that's how Harlem was back then. We walk in the club. Hey, what up? It was the same thing that happened in that movie when he went to the party at the crib.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
He walked. Hey, what up? Okay.
Yeah, like we greet each other.
Yeah.
I mean, not as much now, but definitely when
aggressive as fuck.
Yeah,
what
we
up,
was young.
bitch?
You pull up to the crib. Beep beep, get out here.
Hey.
So yeah, he right about that.
I think they did play a good early '90s LA.
I think it was a great script.
Yeah, you think it was a great script?
I think it was a great script, bro.
Okay.
Well, I take that back. Great is too high. I say it was a really good script.
Yeah.
It's not like it was great actors.
So
it's just, they fit the.
So what was the movie about? Just a dude trying to get out the hood?
I think it was just.
And he got
Damn,
killed.
you made it sound so typical.
But that's what it was.
I think
you know what? Though?
I think it could be more.
Just
than that.
like kind of like Boys and Men, they was telling our story, man.
Yeah.
For real, they was telling our Boys in the Hood.
Oh, you said Boys to Men.
I think every piece.
I don't remember saying Boys and Men. I'm sorry. Did I say Boys and Men?
Oh, this nigga want to sing and shit.
Boys to Men.
Boys and Men tell our story too on the love side. Shout out to them.
Silly, bro.
Good way to do it.
Hey, yeah, man, y'all talking some crazy shit, baby.
Yeah.
Can't remember what I was about to say, man. Damn. Okay, yeah. I think every character like helps tell his story. Like it helps like put the focal point on like his decisions lead to his his demise. Yeah. Like he had a path out to be he got his high school degree. You hear the movie starts off talking about his parents and how they pretty much was shit.
Religious
his mama was a whore.
But his granddad said something when he came down the stairs, and this is what I was gonna bring up to y'all as a point. When he walked down the stairs, and I ain't trying to get too spiritual, but he says to him like, boy, you got God's grace on you. And then so he's blessed by the Lord. It's something special about him. As he go through the movie, remember he got this, the little shooting scene with old dog. They never find the tape. He'd almost get him. Like when he went to jail, he thought he was about to be locked up forever, but he got back out. Every time in the movie when his cousin got shot, he should have been killed too, but he wasn't. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like but as the story goes on and he started making more and more bad decisions, you'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, he about to die. Like he lost it. And that's when his granddad kicks him out the crib. Remember, right after that, that's when he died.
Because they beat my man ass in the front yard, right?
It's like his granddad, like, okay, bro, you done lost that blessing. I can't do nothing more for you. Like, you got to go.
But when he was actually going to do good and move, that's when he got killed.
But he had already messed up too much. He already sowed the seed. Yeah. When his old girl got pregnant, and her cousin came over and they stumped him out on some sneak shit.
He deserved it, though.
Did he deserve to get stumped out, or could they handle it another way?
What way was that?
They could have just let him go on. Like,
no, he came over there too.
He didn't have no gun. He
came over there. Right, they didn't shoot him.
Right, but he didn't have nothing either, though.
And they didn't even jump him, for real.
Okay, bro.
Did they jump him? Think about it.
Man, old dog jumped in for sure.
No, when the granddad came down the stairs, old dog full cane off. Yeah, that's when he kicked him. And all he did was stump. He just kicked him twice, and that was it. They didn't really jump him in the beginning.
But at the end of the day, even before you get to that part, you could say what he did with the the girl. Like he definitely got her pregnant.
He did.
And
we don't know that. We wasn't there. But like she said he did.
You pretty much I guess that's another interesting part. Like, do you believe the girl or do you believe him?
Him. I believe him, bro. Wow. He said he had a Jimmy on extra tight.
That's Mitch, Dewey, Otis will remain neutral. I will have not answered this question at all. So, but I don't know, man. That's just my point of view on it, bro. I think like throughout the movie, like he starts off innocent. He makes some mistakes that's still redeemable. But once he, told that girl, like, no, that's not my kid, that just was it. Like, right after that, that's when dog popped on the scene. Remember, even if he didn't get shot, it was a possibility the police was looking for him because they had the tape.
Oh, yeah.
So he was at the end, no matter which road he took, he was going to go down.
But at the same time, the tape would tell the story that he didn't shoot nobody. He was drinking the fucking beer.
But he'd have went down for accessory to murder.
But if he had a good lawyer, he could have beat that.
The nigga don't got no money. What you mean a good lawyer, bro?
I'm just saying.
You lost.
If he got a public defender off top.
That was the bad statement.
No.
He got a lawyer.
But the tape clearly shows he said, get my change, and he walked out.
You think
he was walking out, and old dog turned around.
They was laughing at him earlier because they see him like drop his beard.
Bro, you think
shoot him. So he's right there.
You think Kamala Harris
but he had nothing to do with it.
Wow.
So you telling me he had something to do with it? No.
She's the
Did
prosecutor,
he have something to do with it?
She's a prosecutor in California, but Oakland, no.
Did he go there with the intent to kill somebody?
San Francisco?
Yes or no?
You said what?
Did he go there with the intent to kill somebody?
So are you being his lawyer right now?
I'm just asking the question.
I'm just saying, man.
They locking his black ass up.
Yes or no?
That's what they doing.
In that
they
time,
ain't give a fuck.
In that time,
nigga,
yes. But he didn't do shit wrong.
They beat Rodney King ass on camera, bro.
I understand. But what I'm saying is,
and they let all the police officers off.
Because we know, because we saw the movie, he actually didn't do shit wrong.
Yeah, he did.
At that store.
Bro,
what did he do wrong?
They pretty much make it known in this movie that the police is to get you. So if he was there, they're definitely charging him with something. No matter if he didn't kill nobody or not.
He said accessory.
Yeah, accessory most definitely to murder.
Right, but accessory. But I'm saying, looking at the movie.
And now that would have been his second charge too.
If y'all was the judge, prosecutor, would y'all say he had something to do with it?
If you don't report a crime and you've seen it and it causes a fatality, that's a crime. Did you know that?
That's not my question.
Okay, I just didn't.
You lost, man. All
That's
right,
not my
we
question.
about to go. That's the end of it right there, bro.
I'm out.
All right,
Y'all
everybody,
niggas ain't
man. We about to jump into the business segment. Mitch, who you got?
I got my man Brandon Ramsey. Him and his wife have a business called Pretty Cool Gadgets, and they have earpods, smart bracelets, smart watches, wireless chargers, and portable neck fans. Get you one of those. That's Pretty Cool Gadgets.
Okay. My black business this week is Three Kings Catering, Home Improvement, and Security. Specializing in catering for parties, events, or special occasions, home improvement, private security, and more.
Now we have a special guest. She's going to join us for our 2020 election discussion. We have Precious with us.
Return of the guest, yeah.
Return.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
2020 presidential election, y'all. What y'all think? It's a lot of backlash coming to different places. A lot of misconceptions out there. What y'all think?
I mean, I'm excited. I feel like it's a historical moment, another pivotal moment. Having the, African American woman. I believe she's African American and
Asian African.
Yep, Asian American as well. So it's a historic moment.
Yeah.
We don't get to see it often. So I think there's something to be talked about.
I agree. Like, I definitely think, like, this is a historical moment for our country. But I also understand how a lot of people are concerned. Definitely our people, black people are really concerned about giving their vote again to another Democrat and them not really doing nothing for us or the things that we really want to get done. And I think some of the points are valid. And in a lot of other cases, I think some of it is just wild conspiracy theories that been putting out here to get people to stop from, to make them stop voting. So, I don't know, man. I think it's going to be an interesting election.
Or some of the things that you believe that should have and could have happened, like you just mentioned about the Democratic vote, like people thinking we're not going to get what we believe we should.
Well, the convention was we're recording this on a Sunday, so the convention ended on Friday, right? Mm-hmm. I watched a lot of it, and I think, y'all watched it as well, to get prepared for the show. And if you notice, our voting block is the block that pretty much helps Democrats win, a major federal election or elections period. You would think that they would show us some love on the national stage and say, hey, when I get in office, I'm going to make sure we do this and this and this and this for the black community. They do it for other communities, but they don't really do it for us. They don't come out and declare like, okay, this, my first 100 days in office, we about to make sure, we have this, this, and this, and this for you guys. They don't do that. They don't say that. They miss the opportunity every time to not really give us no credit. So I think people's tired of that shit now.
I agree and disagree to that because some of the parts that I heard, I felt like there were strong points made that's never been done on national stage. For the nominated Democratic presidential candidate to come out and blankly say it's time to start to address the racial disparities. For him to actually say that. He wasn't a Barack Obama. This is Joe Biden saying that. You've never heard a white man on a national stage start to speak truth to power when it comes to the racial inequities. You don't hear that. I expected to hear from Kamala Harris, and I do think people are tired of the rhetoric. I think people are tired of hearing about what your policy is going to do, because if you really understand how all of this works, the president can go in and they can have their their platform and their policies, but if you can't push it through the Senate and the House, your policies are dead unless you do something like what Trump is trying to do and do everything using his powers and executive orders and some of that stuff doesn't even go through.
That's not really a bad thing because Obama had to do it during his presidency based off, him not having the Senate, losing the House and, Democrats pretty much getting wiped out.
Yeah.
So,
but some of it doesn't stand.
It's
very hard when you get into a position to change things from the inside. And even if you have the most powerful position in the country, there's still political norms that are in place that serves as some type of blockade to what you're trying to do.
Now, I just want to hit you back on this point, and I agree with what you're saying. Like, you definitely making, I agree with you. My thing is this, like you said, Biden spoke truth to power. I think people are at the point now, like, okay, that's what's up. We kind of heard people do this, like you said, these historical moments happen because, we electing people of all different races, creeds, and color. So you see every race is a historical moment in a sense. So we like, okay, that's what's up. But what you gonna commit to doing? I understand you saying Black Lives Matter and, like that's what's up. Like that's a big thing. It's huge. I don't want to diminish it. But I think people now at the point like, okay, like you said, this is a political norm. Y'all gonna shout us out, but what you doing once you get in there? Because we don't want to hear which always do happen, what you said, which is the political landscape change. And now we, although you done promised us that we're going to be first, now you really can't get to us because people not trying to hear that no more, though. So.
Agreed. But see, and I challenge the people when I have these kind of conversations, and I always say to them, what are you going to do? Because if you think about how it works, the power actually belongs to the people.
Exactly.
And the only reason why all of these historical moments are happening is because you got people all across the world in the streets. You got people tearing up Seattle. You got all kind of stuff happening. We burning it down from the inside out, saying that if you don't change it for us, it won't be here. And if that stops, if that pace stops, then the candidates have no reason to be held, their feet held to the fire. And so it's up to us, the people, to make sure that we continue to push for that change. If we're not getting out to vote, if we're not getting organized, if we're not writing to our local senators, if we're not showing up for local races, we're doing ourselves a disservice, and then continuing to say, well, I don't believe in their policies and these politics and everything's is politics involved. Yes, absolutely. But what are we as the people doing? If we're not getting our people out there to make the change, it's not going to happen.
And, I want to add to that, too, and have what we have right now, a healthy discussion about the politics. Like, me and you both, mess with a certain candidate, but we had things we disagreed on. A lot of times with people, man, that's an argument, or I just don't want to hear your ways or anything like that. But we just kicked it about it, and for the record, this ain't no pre-recorded thing or nothing like, well, we got to slip it down. This really our thoughts. So I think that's dope. Like, all of that, man, we definitely need to do all that, and voting is the most crucial part.
Exactly.
Both of you said this statement, historical. What makes this historical, though?
Well, I say historical because what was the last time we saw a black woman candidate? I think, Shirley Chisholm, when she was running for president?
And the first, Asian American.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you said that. You said black candidate. Why is that special?
Black candidate. Well, she's not the first black candidate because, of course, we have Barack Obama, but black woman candidate.
But there was other ones. This is the reason why I bring this up, is presidential candidates being black. What makes it historical? Because Ben Carson also ran for president.
Yeah.
But you talking about getting to the final stage, though.
That's true.
But look what
That's
you just
true.
But look what you just did. You quickly dismissed
That's
it
true.
because he wasn't a part of the particular party.
No, that's not why I dismissed it.
But no,
it's levels to it, bro.
It's a knee-jerk reaction.
No, it's not. It wasn't.
No, I'm saying, I'm speaking.
I thought you were talking about me. I'm about to say, excuse me, sir.
Me specifically.
No, I'm saying directly. I'm saying.
Excuse me.
In reality, I learned this recently. Frederick Douglass was actually a candidate for president. He had one nomination for presidency after his speech for the Republican National Convention.
Okay.
I didn't know that
Come with
until
the
recently.
facts then.
But the thing about it is, I'm like, Frederick Douglass, a respectable person from our community. But the thing about it is what it makes it historical. Like, what I was wanting to think about it when thinking about historically, like some things that they're gonna do that's gonna be triumphant. Something that's going to change history, something that's going to change the climate. And when y'all just brought up Joe Biden, feeling like he spoke to us directly at the same time. That at first, when I first heard it, I was like, this feels trendy.
Right.
That's how I feel.
But I want to feel that actually is what you're going to answer the call on.
I think because, for me, the reason why I would say historical is because from my perspective, the way that Biden is, he does exude empathy and understanding.
That's his power.
And that's the one thing about him that I think that while, yes, he's a politician, while, yes, Kamala at the end of the day is a politician, they are not going to move against where the people is going. I feel like they are truly candidates that will listen to the people. All of their policies might not benefit all people, which is something that we need to work on from the ground up. But I don't think that they would go in there and do some of the things that our current president is doing, which is the opposite of what's in the best interest of the whole United States. I mean, our landscape across the board has been greatly diminished since he's been in office. Those things, those building blocks of democracy need to be rebuilt. And if it's going to take somebody like a Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to do it, that's what we need to be behind. We need to put some of the things beside, to the wayside and say the greater good for everyone is to make these right decisions.
You said building blocks of democracy. You just said that.
Yes.
What's democracy?
It's not an
The
autocratic.
government, not a government by the people for the people.
By the people for the people. Yeah.
Why would a Republican government want democracy?
Well, they
No,
don't.
we was a Republican, but then we became a democracy.
We became a
Yeah,
democracy.
we were designed
But
to
think
be
about
Republican.
that.
Well, they don't. Of course they don't.
But
and the very core of their party is all about the rich get richer. I mean, we know that.
And that's a republic,
Yeah.
type of
No,
government.
they believe that it works better if we make the decision for you.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like, so when you say democracy, like, no,
They not gonna rebuild.
this is
Yeah.
why we came with the electoral college. No, who are you to?
I know.
Are you? Do you really think you're educated enough?
Yeah.
You, the general public,
To make the decision
to make a
for us?
decision
Yeah.
for this country?
Yeah.
Are you kidding
And
me?
there was a one time where
This
if
is
you
the
been on land, you
republic
couldn't
for
vote.
which it
Like,
stands.
Yeah, bro.
Did you forget?
I know.
This is the part that people don't understand enough is that you're asking someone who does not have a democracy interest at heart. And listen, I made unemployment at its all-time low. Why wouldn't you want to vote for me? Look at
that's
what I
like-
did for you. See what the thing is, a Republicans' mindset is they think bottom line efficiency like most big companies. All right, how much do we make? Whatever it took to get there, how much did we get from it?
All right, I'm facts, bro.
So that's what I'm saying. Like with that, when you asking them, it's tough for them to hear something like that for the people.
Yeah.
But-
Because you're smart enough to think it through. Like,
But-
that's where they're looking at.
But that's why the mass majority of people need to get educated.
And that's what I'm about to say. Like,
Absolutely.
people can't
It's
discern
huge.
from that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you just hit on, a lot of people, they won't see that. They
Yeah.
don't see that. They still looking at it in black and white.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So-
Yeah. So like to y'all points, absolutely great points. But there's a lot of people out there that don't understand their actual physical government that's in the Oval Office right now.
No,
Right.
they don't.
Bigger than that, they don't understand the power of us, unifying too.
A lot of people don't believe in the power
I
either.
mean, because you think back all the way to the civil rights era, what our ancestors did, and I say this too. Like, do y'all think that back then when we finally got the right to vote, they had a candidate that they wanted to vote for? They probably had a candidate that still had
No,
slaves.
they didn't. Yeah.
You know, so but
they didn't really like LBJ.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, that's
so there,
fact.
it's still they were like, okay, we fought for this right, we died for this right, we're gonna get out and vote, and we're gonna make the best of it, and then we're gonna make sure we organize and that we're gonna get something out of it. We're gonna make sure that they do something for us.
You hitting right on the head. Like, what's the like if you want to say like what's the real foundation of democracy? Is what you're saying right there. It's to get out, organize, and fight for what you want. Fight for what you believe is best for your community. That's definitely something that's missing out of. Well, we starting to do it more now. Like, unfortunately, it's been because of seeing young black men killed in the streets that's been pushing us to do it. But it is pushing us together to do it now. So I think at the end of the day, to sum it up with these candidates, they're imperfect candidates, but we're in an imperfect situation, and we got to go with the imperfect people over the person who just
See
darkness,
that part
bro.
right there? That part right there, what you just said, is the part that's tough for me to hear,
Yeah.
and anybody in the general public. But the thing about it is how right you are to what people are really going through.
Yeah.
It's absolutely right. Even though it's hard to hear, it's absolutely right. And the reason why I say that is I think a lot of people in the general public forget this. When you have the right to vote, take on an employer's mindset. Who do you believe is the best candidate for the job you want to give them? You as the general public have the opportunity to give this job in the Oval Office, the highest office in the country, to one of these candidates.
Control of the federal government.
And these are your own candidates. When you think about it in the capacity of like, oh yeah, lesser of two evils or one better than the other. These are your candidates, ladies and gentlemen.
No matter
This is
what.
That's it.
Democratic, this is your public
That's
one.
it.
Who are you hiring? Who are you hiring for the job you want taken care of, which is taking care of this country and at the highest office and have to run this country properly? Who are you hiring? So when you people bring up that thought process, that's the thing people got to understand. Your right to vote. You can vote faster than you could start a business if you are a felon.
And bro, you just hit on one of the key
That's
things:
one
is
of the
the right to
hardest
vote.
things. Yeah, the right to
The
vote.
right
If
to
you
vote.
you don't have your right to vote, if you become a felon, but you start to pay the same taxes. But you can start a business faster than you could vote when you're a felon in this country, but you still have to pay the same taxes. People have to take that voter's right very seriously. Listen, watch the movie Selma. You'll see a dialed back version of what they actually went through,
Yeah.
or what it took to go actually vote.
And I want to change that too. It's not even a right to vote. Like John Lewis, who rest in peace. Just his whole platform was around our responsibility to vote.
Yeah,
It's a responsibility. It's not a right. Like,
especially for us.
Yes, you know, we have to, regardless. And then everybody always looks at the highest office as the end all be all. That's the election. It's the local. It's the local elections that impact our direct communities, and people don't even go out to vote for those. You know, when we started talking about the election, you know, the primaries, like, you know, they wanted Kim Worthy out. I went out to vote, and it was not a lot of people out there. And I'm like, okay, I know all these people
really
didn't vote absentee. Y'all didn't really want Kim Worthy out. And then everybody goes on social media and starts to talk about it was rigged, it's this and this, that. You know, you can't talk about what you don't like about the policies if you're not going to do anything about it. And you got to start locally, because if we start to make noise locally in our communities and we organize, that goes up the chain. That goes up to your representative. Then that goes up to the Senate. And that's how bills get developed based on what the majority of the people want. If they're paying attention. We don't pay attention.
Now, I've been quiet for most of this segment because I really don't get deep into politics, so I'm just kind of soaking everything you guys say. But Dewey just brought up, like, these are our candidates, right? So what are some of the things that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden has done? Like, what's their resume? Because I really don't know deep about who they are.
That's a really good question.
Yeah, that is a good
out
question.
the gate, Joe Biden was your vice president during the Barack Obama regime, but and what he supported. So, but the thing we talked about a couple, I believe, episodes ago is I just made a reference to. I'm sorry, was him being a senator and what he did in the Senate. But he was a lot of people give him a lot of flack actually for the '94 crime bill.
Right.
But in actuality, let's give him some credit, because he came out. Listen, it's hard to admit when you're wrong, and he did. And Kamala Harris as well.
Yep.
Listen, I handled that wrong, and that's okay. When people have a moral compass, when somebody shows me that and they're putting in the work, listen, some people don't understand, when you get in places of leadership, you have to make the hard decisions nobody else won't.
Yep.
So you get into that situation, and these both people come from the Senate, and they also had to make hard decisions. They've had to make hard decisions for almost 20 years, I believe, at that point. And so they're coming in, they're coming from making hard decisions and wanting to fight for the people. Joe Biden is now, he's got enough people behind him, I believe, and that's going to keep him accountable. Okay. And I don't believe that the other candidate, Donald Trump, has enough people. I don't think he ever liked accountability. But that's why I feel like with theirs is they're coming from a place where they got a better track record of accountability up to this point. Now that they made everybody understand, hey, this is what we handled wrong, but this is also what we did right. Because at that time, people were scared as hell because it was too much going on. The crime was high. Crack era was at its all time. It was the prime time of the crack era. So them is just some of the off top things I could think of.
Now, well, you know what? For Mitch, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna say what people would say if they got a problem with what Dewey said. Like, there's a lot of people out here who do feel like they betrayed, definitely Kamala Harris. Yes. Kamala Harris, sorry, because she's, one of us, and she was reportedly, some of this stuff is fabricated, some of this stuff is truth, but pretty much she wasn't a progressive attorney general. That's really what it boils down to. She was considered really more conservative. Like, she was, like the Republicans like to say, I'm a for-crime candidate. She was a for-crime prosecutor. She maximum sentence, stuff like that, which was her prerogative at the time. Maybe that's what she had to do to get through, to survive. We don't know. But like Dewey said, she did come back and apologize. But a lot of people have a problem with that. They feel like since she was like that back then, that's her true version of her. Yeah. Now it's just, okay, she putting his face on because she want to be vice president and maybe president someday.
She did help change the guidelines for marijuana convictions.
She did.
Okay.
Yep.
Even though back then she was against it.
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying.
But she was in a different role. She was in a different capacity.
And like I said, I'm playing devil's advocate, so don't beat me up.
Yeah. No, I'm not beating you up. I mean, but think about some of the things that she did when she was a senator, though. Like the hearing against Brett Kavanaugh.
Oh, man, that was legendary, man.
So I feel like, everybody changes. Everybody changes. You go through phases in life and you change. And like Dewey said, based on employer, your employment, your role at the time, your role in leadership at the time, you always got somebody you answer to. I know at my job, I try to do the best I can, but there's always somebody that can override me. Yes. There's norms that you have to follow. So I can't always make the change that I want to make. Same thing for her. So you cannot necessarily say that because this person had to take this action at that time, that's who they are. Yes. They're people. They are people.
Exactly. But a lot of people, we're all, us three, Like Mitch is just kind of, some of the people that we speaking for. Not saying like they're just uneducated for whatever reason. They're just not into politics, and they don't follow. Like us three, we follow it. We read articles and speeches and stuff. So we're able to kind of weed through the BS and get to the real. Like, okay, she did this. Okay, I could discern what the situation was and stuff like that, and be like, okay, whatever. Like I can get through this for what I need her for. For what she could do for us. Yeah. But when other people saying this, they're not going to, they're instantly like, oh, she against black people. I can't mess with her.
Yeah.
I'm not voting. Which is, at the end of the day, the Republican main strategy.
Exactly.
That's always
don't
been for
vote.
years. They don't want you to vote. Like you right now, Mitch. You're that person that they're going to try to attack through Russian bots and stuff like that. Because they figure like, okay, this the guy, they follow the algorithms and stuff like that, Facebook and social media. Oh, you're not into memes. You're not hitting, political memes. Oh, let's put this little thing in here about Biden and Kamala Harris. They're gonna try to pull you in.
I'm sorry, did you say Russian bots or Rush Limbaugh?
Because they use both.
He said both. Both.
Because they use both.
Mitch is smiling because he don't know what the hell we talking about.
They talking about boxes again. I don't know.
Well, no, like they do that. Like most people get their political education from Facebook memes. It's sad because anybody can create that and give you whatever it is they think you want to hear, and then everybody's swayed. Like all of the stats that they gave about Kamala's attorney general record. All you have to do is look up the case files. None of that was true. And everybody's going, oh, she did this. She got a man in jail right now that he was innocent and she threw away the evidence. Like, seriously?
And that's their scheme, too. Like, they think we dumb. Yeah. That's why they do that.
Yeah, so it's sad. And I think that Biden, when he was... God bless Barack Obama. That's just my little plug.
Oh, yeah.
But when he was vice president, he did lead a lot of initiatives. He carried forward ACA while that was Obama's major initiative. Biden captained it. Biden was big on making sure a lot of cancer bills and cancer coverage was in place because it impacted him personally, of course, and that's that empathetic arm that he has.
His son, correct?
But yes, his son. And so, because there was a lot, it was astronomical to get cancer treatment, and he made sure that pre-existing conditions and all that was removed out of ACA. And I work in healthcare and insurance specifically, and I see a lot of that. You can't afford to get treated for something. Your death rate is going to skyrocket. And so he was against a lot of that. So he spearheaded a lot of that stuff. So I feel like even though he did, like you said, in the 94 crime bill, there were a lot of things that he did that weren't favorable. There's a lot of things that he did in his time as VP that I think turned the corner for him. And he had a lot of life changes too that may have changed him too. So while yes, the DNC wasn't heavy on what their policies are going to be, I think that wasn't the time for that. I think it was the time to address the temperament of where we are right now and instill confidence in the fact that something is going to change, and then they can talk policy. Like I think from now all the way up until the election, we're going to hear a lot about policy. I think we're going to hear a lot about policy during the debates. But I think during the DNC, it really was, it needed to be an uplifting moment because you're talking about people who are hurting right now. We're people dying by the thousands because of COVID. They need to show that we have a real potential to have leadership.
And I agree with you, but I'll go back to my same point. Our people just, they don't care. Like, they kind of just in that mode, like savage mode, like, oh, okay, like, but yeah, I understand y'all want to uplift and bring everybody back together, but y'all need to say something about us, bro. Like, y'all need to put something out there for us.
And that's going to go into...
And I think that's messed up because you should be able to kind of discern and kind of have both.
Yeah.
But
if I make you more combative than constructive, I could ruin things over there on that side. And without you even realizing, because I'm speaking truth.
Right.
You think because you speaking truth that means something?
Exactly.
Like, what does that mean? I can make you more combative than constructive. What'd you say, Mitch?
So, like I said earlier, I'm a spectator in this segment. But my question is, because I don't know, was she the most qualified person that was up for the job? Or did he hire her because she was, not hire, but did he pick her because she's black to get the black vote? And if he didn't pick her, would that sway the black voters not to vote?
I think chess, not checkers.
I agree.
So, yes and no. There were other candidates that were equally available and could have done as good of a job, but read the climate.
Yeah.
Read the room.
Well, he don't know.
So basically,
now is the time that we needed to have a black candidate. Okay. Yes.
That's what I was getting at.
So you're right. Like it's too. Like what the saying is.
But
like,
she is
things
qualified.
Be right, even though it's wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, she is qualified. She's just as qualified as the others.
Yeah.
Those same qualified candidates I believe they definitely will give their support to her.
Oh, they already have.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
they already have.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Warren is already backing her, and the thing is,
They're united.
You know, Kamala is just less progressive. Elizabeth Warren was more progressive, so Elizabeth Warren would have came in with the Bernie supporters. You know, they would have got that, but you know, the black vote, maybe not. So
no.
How about a Republican at the Democratic National Convention?
Yeah, that was wild.
Hey.
That was funny though. Man.
I know.
We had a Republican speak. I said, oh, but you know, hey, by the way, all y'all from the hood and just vote Democrat because of where you from. I'm sorry. That was actually who I was gonna vote for president when he was running, and he's a Republican candidate.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Why you look at me like I was gonna say that, man?
I don't always agree the vote
him,
straight Democrat situation either. So I think vote for who's most qualified.
I thought he was a really good candidate.
Yeah.
I think I agree with that for president, but I kind of lean more towards the party when it comes to local and state, like, you know, because you know you
didn't like Snyder.
Lord forgive, man. I'm glad you gone. Big Gretch, we love you, baby.
Yes.
I think, you know, actually kind of going back to the Miss VP thing, I really believe, and this is just my own opinion based off reading the room, I think Big Gretch was his real pick. But I think two things happened. I think people got to him, maybe Obama, and told him, like, bruh, you go ahead and do this, you're not going to win because the black vote will not show up.
Exactly.
You know, I think that definitely was it. And then also kind of saying that if he picked Big Gretch, she probably couldn't win. Like, I don't think she's ready to win a presidential election. She still don't have that. Even these next 4 years, she's not going to be able to have, like, that platform like that. Right. So Kamala already has that. So she's already the heir apparent to the, you know, Democratic Party. And it's a black woman, which is the biggest voting bloc for Democrats. So I definitely think it was a black thing and all the other things. I think it all add up.
Yeah. Big Gretch for the word buffs to the debate.
Bro. W. Pence would have just had to walk off the stage, bro. That, you know what, man? In the perfect world, that would happen.
Yeah, in a perfect world.
In a perfect world, like, could you imagine, like, you know, this is the VP candidate, presidential debate.
Hey, the camera on the screen,
bro. And the buff song, come on, bro.
I didn't roll it.
Oh my God, bro. I'd be like, see, they didn't even make her president. Let me ask y'all a question, man, just to kind of just flip it out a little bit. Can you think of any reason or any policy that you agree with Trump on?
When you say policy,
any policy that he didn't, you know, came up with, or anything, you know, from his presidency that you could say that's something I can rock with?
Actual policies?
Yeah, not him as a band. Like, I'm not saying personally. I'm saying his political policies. Like him as a, you know, the head of the government.
He said some things that I agree with, like when he was talking about additional funding for HBCUs, but did it become policy? No. He says a lot of things. So.
That is true.
Yeah, because that's when you said policy, I think about these politicians talking. Like, that's what I was thinking.
There's nothing written in there other than his tax breaks for the wealthy, rolling back environmental protections. Like, those are the things
and the wall.
Yeah, well,
300 miles or
we
whatever
still don't have
is.
that yet.
Yeah.
But,
which I don't even know what we need it for.
You know, his immigration policies that are just abhorrent. Like, so actual policies, no. None of the actual policies that are in place right now by Donald Trump do I agree with.
So that being said, you know, I think you can already give Biden and Kamala 2 check marks because they're definitely gonna have, you know, empathy. Policies that look like no matter what they're gonna have, because Trump don't have a policy. So I'm gonna ask y'all this final question: what can cause Biden to lose? Because he's up by 10 right now, so that's like being up by 20 at halftime. So what do y'all think? I mean, we could just play around with it. Like, what do you think could happen that will cause us not to go vote, one thing, or white voters to stay with Trump?
Don't do what the Republicans did in their debate. Try to do a mudslinging contest with Donald Trump. It's stupid. You can hit him. You can hit him with a little jab at different points, but stick to your facts. Stick to what your party policies is and what your agenda is. Don't get in the mudslinging contest with this dude because he is a third grade. He's a third grader when it comes to going back and forth. He will do it all day and tomorrow. Don't do it.
That's scary, bro.
I agree with that.
That's scary because Biden will do that.
Will he?
He will, but he won't. I think he'll jab, he'll stick and move. I think he'll throw it out there and then get right back to it if he gets prepped the right way.
That's what I was gonna say. And if he don't come after his son. I'm scared, like, if he came after his son, You know, because that's what Trump do. Like, he gonna get dirty. If he loses, he gonna get dirty. Even if he just got to throw it in there while he's saying it, he like throw it in there while he talk about something totally different.
That's true.
So I don't know, man. I think that's a
He's gonna get out of pocket. You know, you need to shut the fuck up now.
I wait on somebody to say that.
Yeah, don't
no,
do that.
not him.
No, not that wild, bro. Not that wild. Like, I don't think he's gonna be like that.
His dead son. I just
that's too much.
God.
That's too much.
No, not the dead son, bro.
The low blow.
You gotta relax.
No,
the
son that they talking about that making all the millions from the oil
Russian or wherever that was from.
Yeah, I think voter suppression. That's what I'm most concerned about.
Yes.
It's already started. Voter suppression is one thing I'm concerned about. People are already not wanting to get out and vote. Then you got COVID, so people not wanting to vote in person. Now you got this absentee ballot thing happening, and Trump going out here saying that it's all rigged, and he's going to send troops to all the voter places and all the post offices, and that's going to scare people, you know. And so it's just educating people. This is just history repeating itself.
And all this is unlawful. Like,
it's unlawful, but it doesn't matter. The law
matter.
at this point doesn't matter because it's about who's in power.
Yep.
And you know, my grandmother, all of them went through that when they had to go vote. And so, like,
I
think if we knew our history, I think if we were more educated about our history, we would be more down for the cause and more organized because we were like, okay, we already know what's about to happen.
Yeah, because I heard people talk about, you know, it's the first, like Barack Obama's first, now Kamala Harris, like Alan Keyes, Jesse Jackson, and Carson. Like, it's different people who were before that. We can't just stay restricted to that, like, because we need more put out there that real information.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, man.
So, who y'all voting for?
Kanye.
Do I have to say
Kanye? Now that's another part that is messing things up. Like,
that's part of the voters.
A little distracting. That's a part that's
But I look, you know, they kind of put up the states that he's on the ballot for. He's not in any battleground states, so yeah. I think it's, you know, I think Trump thinks he's going to lose, but he's prideful too. So he don't want to get smoked. Like, he don't want to get blew out by like 200 electoral points and be like, not only did you lose, you lost, you know, you used to one of the widest margins of victory in American history. Like, I don't think he can deal with that. So
I wonder what they gonna, because you know Donald Trump has a freaking team of people that really help him and support him.
Oh yeah.
I'm wondering what they're gonna try to pull in these, besides the mailboxes that they've already pulled.
Oh, they got a lot of
they're gonna send lawyers out.
The election at the end of it, when they get ready to count the votes, it's gonna be something. They're gonna call fraud. They're gonna do all kind of things. But the thing about it is, while Donald Trump is the president of the United States, there are already things in our Constitution and things written in laws that can prevent him from just stealing another presidency that everybody's scared of.
That's interesting that you say that.
If anybody,
because I could have swore George Bush.
He did. Well, but you remember they did a whole recount. They had to recount that entire state.
They did.
And then What's-Her-Name just gave up too.
He succeeded.
Yes,
now, if he hadn't succeeded,
I wouldn't have did it.
Perhaps something different would have happened. But I think that if that were to be the case, there are laws in place where they would have to actually schedule a whole nother election. So,
and that would suck.
That would suck.
Did y'all get that in the mail about the absentee ballot?
I did.
Yeah. I'm not doing that. I'm going
there too. Yes. I will have on 2-3 masks.
I
will be there.
Yes.
I gotta have a hazmat suit on, bro. I'm going, baby.
Yeah.
So
and tell your friends, family.
Yeah, everybody get out and vote. Yeah, go to the polls,
please.
man.
Yeah.
And man, talk amongst your friends about the election, man. Whatever you know, talk about it and then research each other. You know what I'm saying? But make this a part of your lives, man, because this shit for real.
And don't be too scared to ask questions if you don't know.
Exactly.
Yes. And share this podcast to your friends so they can get educated.
Say that again.
The wise guy, we're gonna have a discussion later about this, but something around voting to help with voting.
Well, we could talk about all the ways and,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll pull up a whole damn tent and we be out there, hey, coffee,
voter
refreshments, whatever,
right.
and putting stuff out. I don't know, whatever it is, but it's we'll make it more important.
Definitely get organized. I'm later this evening. I'm part of this voter drive, so I'll be doing texting and calling to people just to help with education for the candidates if they have questions. So I'm doing that later. My organization is actually gonna be posting some information by state on the candidates and what's on the ballot. So get educated, cozy up to people who know what they're talking about. Stop reading these memes.
Yes, please. And just don't share.
But I look woke when I share them.
Right.
You're not woke, bro.
Not.
You sleep. Good night,
man.
All right, man. Hey, we want to thank you, Precious, for coming on again.
We so much
appreciate your perspective.
Thanks for having
for
me.
sure. Like, we definitely good work. Being a soldier on the front line for the democracy and all.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you.
Fight the power.
Fight the power, man. Black power.
Black Power.
Mitch, man, what you got for the people, bro?
I got this for the people, baby.
Black Power.
Hey, Black Power.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace, Huey P. Newton.
You know it.
Rest in peace.
He just
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Man, more than silence for that, man. Dog. All right.
Okay.
I can't believe he actually did
Please,
Oh no, I'm doing it for Kobe, man.
please go to our YouTube channel
okay.
at the Wise Guys Podcast Detroit. Like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. What you got, Dewey?
Also find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and anytime y'all want to reach out to us, give us any information, sharing your black business, sharing any product or service that you have available. You got a business and you also will support us. We appreciate it.
All I got is that Breonna Taylor killers still out here, y'all. They still out here. We gotta get justice for our sister, y'all. Mm-hmm. So put on them capes. Fight the good fight, baby.
Still about to go to court about George Floyd and stuff. So
it ain't over with. You know, we still gotta. These guys gotta get locked up, man.
We got a list. That's for another show.
Yeah.
We got a list of things we want to address about that. Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.